Everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Krista here to do the monthly forecast for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for the month of November 2018. I hope that you enjoyed your October 2018 readings. This is for all Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. It is a general Celtic spread for any current issue or concern you have at the time of this viewing. And as always, I hope that you find the information healing and helpful. So what are some messages? Messages for Pisces, November, Pisces. I'm also reading this on Halloween, so happy Halloween, everybody. It was gorgeous here, and of course I love seeing those little kids in their costumes. So I hope you had a great Halloween and All Saints Day on November 1st. And there we have it. Ooh. So yeah, a pretty, it's fairly simple, but yet a comprehensive 5-card spread. I always use the bottom of the deck card for general energy for the month for you. And as you know, we'll get jumper cards, time permitting, from the Oracle decks here for additional messages for you. General energy for the month is you're standing your ground, but you're awfully tired. You're pretty tired of carrying this load, but you're made for the task. You're not about to give up, but we need that 10 to come, okay? We need that 10 where you can see the end in sight. This is a weight on your shoulders. There could even be some defensiveness here, some defensive energy. And let's look at what the other 5 cards have to say with relation to that. But that on its own by itself for November just sort of gives me the indication here that you really need a behavior or a sequence of events to come to a halt or a completion here. Which is completely, I'm not even going to say possible, I'm going to say probable. I think this is the month where you may set yourself free, Pisces. Now, I want to make mention that we're not dealing with any swords here, so I just don't feel at all that this is going on in your head. I don't feel like you're, not that you're imagining it, I just mean you're not sort of torturing yourself in your mind. I don't think maybe you're losing sleep over something here. I feel very confidently that there's a great deal of celebration, that there's a very real probability of celebration. So it's interesting to see this because I see this task being over soon for you. Something that was troubling or felt like a weight on your shoulders. Like I said, they were being pretty defensive around, rightfully. Maybe even defending your home, an ideology, a spiritual practice, a way of life, a job, a child. Okay, so as a general reading, it's hard to say exactly what that means to you. I know there's thousands of you watching, but please use your intuition and apply accordingly. So whatever you felt was a heavy load, I think is going to be finally released for you this month just because of this gorgeous energy, second chances, finally moving full steam ahead. You could be dealing with a Cancerian here, by the way. Brand new opportunity or a prize. There could literally be a prize here. I don't say this often, but it might be nice on the 1st, the 10th, the 19th, or the 29th to buy a lotto ticket. Here with the Ace of Pentacles, brand new opportunity here, and with the 10 of Cups, you know, this gorgeous, emotionally fulfilling energy, and of course this celebration card here. So if there's anything that feels heavy or that you'd like to, you know, put down as a burden, I see it being done this month. You could be relying on a Cancerian or Cancerian energy There's also a polarity here where you're finally able to find balance between the light and the dark, okay? And maybe that was the weight or something that felt heavy. So if that was an emotional issue for you, for example, it's like you're able to be free from that, at least by the end of the month in November for you. So I'm over the moon for you with this reading so far. Let's get into why I would be saying that. As I mentioned, in the work position is the Ace of Pentacles. This could be something as obvious and as sought after as a job. Maybe you were going on a lot of job interviews, or looking for a place to live. Anything that you were, trying to get your hands on physically, that you wanted to, work at or own or possess, or win, okay? If this is a romance reading for you, for example, it could be this is your first date, which is really exciting, and it could be happening in the work environment. Maybe you've been working on a relationship, right? So again, even the terminology, like whatever you consider work, new opportunity here, something that is stable, sturdy, rooted in practicality, something that's very, very useful here. One of my favorite cards out of the entire deck, if not for the artwork alone. The artwork in this deck is astounding. It's just, I really have to improve my lighting here, and I know that, but I hope you can see how, like, there's a lot of majesty here. I just want to throw that word out as well. This is an extremely majestic image. It's just very earthy. It's down to earth. There's a great deal of purity in this as well, okay? So, maybe there's someone out there, for example, who's, working on inviting someone new into the home, like a baby or a new animal or something like that. Like, again, notwithstanding your concern or issue at this time, it's a great deal of purity. So just beautiful to see that there. Here's your second chance in the home position is the Judgment card. This is literally a second chance, second opportunity, brushing that dust off if you fell down type thing. It's kind of like rising like the phoenix. It's almost like even if you thought, or if someone else thought something was going to keep you down, or if you're going to be knocked down because of the pressure or the weight of the world, for example, it's going to be shrugged off this month, Pisces. And as I said, in the home. So, this being work, this being home, you could very easily have a new opportunity here while you're working on the home, or a second chance here, or there could be a second chance for, as we said at the very beginning here, a job opportunity, first date, lotto, just really an award or winning something of some sort here, something of value to you. But this gorgeous Judgment card, I really find it interesting that the author of the Good Tarot, the deck I'm using, used the word call for judgment, because what I'm learning here is that this could very well be a calling. It's almost like saying you had an opportunity at one other point in your life. Let's say you are 30 years old and you're watching this, and at some point earlier, whenever that was in your life, you had an opportunity that felt like it could have been a bit tasking, or you'd have to be a taskmaster, but it would have been like a soul fulfillment here, and for some reason it just got put in the back burner, or you couldn't follow through, or whatever the reason was. No judgment, seriously, like I'm not judging you, I'm just saying sometimes things have to get put off that would be fulfilling to us. And I really feel in the month of November for you, Pisces, this is the time to become emotionally fulfilled around something that you're given a second chance about here. And like I pointed out, it could very well be your calling, because what is our calling? It's our heart's passion. It's where we feel pulled. And in many instances, there's no reason for it. Like, it's not like you say, oh, well, I grew up around people who did this, so I figured it was my calling to do that. That's it. No, your people's calling is typically not as simple as that. This is something that has to come from a really pure heart space. So I think maybe if that's the case, if this is spiritual or even a heart space or calling reading for you, this is confirmation. Yes, go deep. Protect what's important to you, but be willing to celebrate here and move forward with confidence. If you're not dealing with the Cancerian, you could require or use Cancerian energy to your benefit. Of course, this is the moon. This is emotions. This is nurturing, compassion, emotional maturity. There is also the tendency to have psychic energy, psychic power, intuitive energy. It would be really good to draw on that this month for you. Also, Cancer is ruled by fourth house energy. Fourth house energy is all about the home, the hearth, the family, basic foundations, building a solid foundation, solidity, the home front, family as a theme, okay? So just some terms around the Chariot in my view, and also we're looking at issues such as balance and between the dark and the light, okay? Not balance as, your money necessarily, but about the light side and the dark side. This is exceptionally important in moving forward confidently. So I just wanted to throw out some terms here because, as the Chariot sitting in your outcome position, also the only major arcana, this is pretty significant, okay? It's not the only major arcana, my apologies, but it is sitting in the center. So you do have a second opportunity here, or a phoenix energy in the home position. As I mentioned, look at what the Chariot is referring to. Of course, fourth house, home energy. So yeah, something really beautiful here. A celebration is at hand. Why do I say that? Because of this gorgeous celebratory energy. This is generally speaking about friends and comrades, not necessarily with the family. Here's where we're looking at family. So both groups of these people are going to benefit, my dear Pisces. Both groups. So don't feel like you're leaving somebody out to focus on somebody else, or if you follow your calling and you really get this between the light and the dark here, new opportunities await, you're willing to put this burden down. Don't think it's just going to affect you positively. It's really going to affect your environment, including your friends and your family. So this is the unexpected. This is where I feel that you may be surprised by a celebration here, or accolades, or someone coming to, not necessarily your rescue, but somebody coming to celebrate with you. Maybe it's exactly what you needed, and someone sort of like intuited that about you, and they're like, you know what, we should all get together. Let's have a girls' night. Let's have a boys' night, okay? Whatever that is for you. But really, this is about, there's a really jovial energy behind the Three of Cups. It's a really sweet, jovial celebration amongst peers. So I'm really pleased to see this here. If, for example, you don't know of any parties coming up, but you're missing your friends and you want to see your friends and find cause for celebration, you be the one to reach out, okay? Because they will love it. And it'll be like no time has elapsed and you're all catching up. You could even have good news to share with somebody here, okay? Aces can be news about something. I typically consider the page as news, but this could be because it's a new opportunity or new theme or level or chapter, as it were, in your life. It could be cause for celebration here. And then, of course, this gorgeous Ten of Cups. Listen, everybody wants this. Everybody wants the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, okay? It's security, it's legacy, it's family, it's connectedness. Right? From at the heart space. This is the real deal. And this is in your role in this situation. You're feeling like the chubby Buddha. The imagery couldn't be any better for this. And I want you to notice also that whatever he's resting on, this column here, there's water rushing over. There's a reason for that. There's so much that this energy has. There's so much compassion, so much love, and intuition and joy and generosity and fulfillment here that you have to share it. Like your cup overfloweth here, okay? So you have a great deal to share, and people are ready and willing to share it with you. So I'm pleased as punch to see this here for you. And as I said, this is in your role in the situation. So put a burden down, Pisces. Someone could even come out of, a Cancerian, for example, could come out of nowhere and release you from it. And I just wanted to show you up close what this card looked like. But yeah, we've talked about this at length already. Talked about it being ruled by the sun, Cancer, 4th house energy, balance between the light and the dark. Really excited to see this for your outcome. You know, if you've been resting on your laurels, if you've been taking your time, if you've been, like I said, carrying this too long and you're like, I think now's the time, or I'm looking for that second chance. You know, when can I put this down? When can I complete this journey, this burden, phase or theme? Now is the time. November, at least by the 20th of November, you'll be given or a second chance, or it will be made obvious to you. Yes, it's time to full speed ahead. This is generally what the chariot is saying anyway. It's like, get out of my way, here I come, right? But it's because everything's figured out. This is also, anytime we're looking at major arcana, this is the universe making way for you. I mean, take this energy. I'm here. I'm amazing. I come from a heart space. I'm following my calling. I'm going full speed ahead. And this is like, yes, darling, we've made the space for you. We've been waiting for you. So I'm over the moon for you right now that's what's going on for you. The universe is creating a second chance or an opportunity for you. And then it's moving everything out of the way for you in order for you to move full speed ahead. Just beautiful. Look at this gorgeous soulmate card. Holy smokes. Yeah, you know, this could have to do, and I always say soulmates are friends, animals, family members, even romantic partners that we don't end up spending the rest of our lives with. Soulmates teach us the most. That's it. In a nutshell, our soulmates teach us the most. So this could be someone who's in and out of your life rather quickly, but that you have gleaned so much information about yourself and the world at large that it's almost like it would be superfluous and maybe even taxing if they stayed in your life. You got from each other what you needed. On the other hand, a soulmate can be forever, right? It depends on how you define soulmate, if you're already with one, if you're longing for one, etc. But a soulmate does figure in the month of November for you. Glorious energy. I mean, this one is pretty innocent, right? These are really youthful soulmates here. So, and they do happen to be angels, so this could be happening or occurring on a different plane. As I mentioned, when we're dealing with Cancerian energy, there is a very incredibly psychic and intuitive layer to that. You could be dreaming of your soulmate, or meeting your soulmate, or dreaming of the day that you have your soulmate. Maybe that's this next layer for you. Maybe this is what your second chance is to be with the person that you're supposed to be with right now. As I said, I think when we're looking at major arcana, especially these two here in these positions, we're looking at, well, that just turned over. So we're going to use it. It's almost like you only have to do so much, and then the universe takes care of the rest. So it could just be that opportunities are made available for you, and all you have to do is, guess what? Reach for that star. Look at the fates. This is literally your calling. Literally. This is the card of calling. The fates. What are you fated to do? What is your heart space? What are you here on earth to accomplish? Listen, some people think it's like they have to do something now for the rest of their life, or it's not their calling. I don't believe that. I think your calling can change. I think you can accomplish something that you considered your calling for 10 or 20 or 30 years and then go on to find something else that is your new calling or form of expression because you've grown or you've developed, or there's only so much you could have given to one theme or angle in your life before you move on to something else. So something around a calling here, something that you're fated to do, a place you're fated to be, person, place, time, right, that you're fated to be. But it's a benefit. It's a bonus to you. It means that all you need to do is get in your right heart space. Your right heart space. Put down the burden and the dilemma and get in your right heart space. Want and come from a place of fulfillment and prosperity here, because that's what the universe is making available to you. And then building blocks. That one fell off the deck as I was putting it down. This is what jumped out. Building blocks. Yeah, you know, really, I don't think a revision is necessary here. I think it's time for you to continue going. Sometimes when I see building blocks, depending on what's around it, right? We don't have any reassessment cards here, re-editing, do-overs. You're not filled with anxiety over anything here. So I'm not going to read it as a revision card. I'm going to read this as a keep going, okay? You've already built so much, or you're being given something, a solid platform here to just merely keep going on. It's almost like don't reinvent the wheel at this time. Really just take all opportunities as blessings and continue going. You don't have to figure out, this could even be occurring for you, Pisces. You might even be trying to spend some time going, well, that's weird. How did that happen? Or that's weird. I was just saying that or talking about that or something. Just accept it. Just at least for the month of November, just say, yep, totally, this is perfect. Now I can think about how to move forward, how to capitalize on this prosperity, how to share this enormous emotional wealth, how to move full speed ahead in the direction I'm supposed to be going, right? Like, you don't have to overthink or complicate or concern yourself with really how things are going your way this month. That would be my interpretation of this. Maybe just don't worry about it. If you're waiting or concerned about the other shoe dropping, for example, sometimes happens to the best of us if things are going really well, or things like seem like things happen in threes and a lot of good things happening. You're like, oh, something's got to go wrong. Maybe don't think that way. Don't give into that energy. Don't give into that energy. I really don't see any enormous issues or problems here in this reading whatsoever, by the way. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. It's pretty self-explanatory for romantic concerns. So maybe just keep going. Keep dating this person. Keep getting to know them. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You know, keep your bearings. Hope for the best. Move forward confidently. If this isn't about a romance, I would, anytime I see the word romance or love or feelings, just exchange it for, you know, creativity or intuition, right? So you've already met the creative partner you seek, okay? Or even like soulmate, right? If this is a soulmate issue or concern for you, consider that they're already in your life. They're already there. It's already available to you. Like I said, like it's already, I can't help but think, you know, this little cartoon version of like the universe just sort of like tapping their hand, like, all right, Well, we're waiting. It's almost like this sense of getting out of your own way, accepting the bliss, accepting the goodness, accepting the celebration, the second chance, this type of thing. Maybe you do deserve all this happiness and prosperity, and you've done all the hard work and know that other shoe isn't going to drop. Consider that, Pisces. Also, I want to mention as well, what if it does? What if a shoe drops? What if something doesn't go as planned or is a little bit disappointing? It might be a good time for you to learn or to remind yourself, I can handle anything. Even if it does, well, good. I'm tough. I'm strong. I can see myself through it. I've handled worse. It's a temporary defeat or loss or upset. And I'm going to focus on all the beautiful things that are going right. And you know what? Before you know it, it'll just be wiped from your mind. And it will be such a tiny concern that you're only going to build more and more positive outcomes for yourself by refusing to even pay attention to something that feels, disappointing or it didn't go right. So I'm just waiting for a little jumper card here. We do have a minute or two, so I'm not in a massive hurry. I am going to try to get a jumper for you. That's ideal for me. I find reading this one at the this deck at the very end of these readings is really illuminating. I find all these other cards are like, oh yeah, no, this fits with this, and this is talking to that. And with the medicine cards, it's almost like, oh, don't forget about this. So it'll be very interesting to see what props up here. Perfect. What do we have? The teacher. Yeah, so I'm not wrong either this time around. This seems like it's coming out of nowhere, but I'm a big fan of when the student is ready, the teacher appears. The curious thing about the wolf, or the story behind this, is everyone is the teacher and everyone is the student. Just something to contemplate. What are you learning? What are you teaching? What are you teaching yourself? What are you taking from people you put into leadership positions? I really feel strongly after having said everything I just finished saying, for example, about being able to handle anything that comes your way. For example, I think this is teaching yourself new skills. So I will apply it that way to this reading. I think that all of this beautiful, successful, prosperous energy belongs to you currently because of all the hard work that you put into teaching yourself how to combat loss and anxiety, frankly. Okay? I think this is a long time in the coming, and you're finally feeling the effects of your success. And every once in a while, there's an old tug, there's an old memory or a sensation that, or you're presented with something, you're like, oh, this again. But it's the situation. You're different now. You're different now, and you can handle things differently, and you can cope with things differently now. This is a long time in the coming. I know you've been working hard on this, teaching yourself new developmental skills and habits in order to keep yourself not just above water or treading water, but like actually succeeding, doing really well, prospering here. Especially, and let's be honest, where it really matters most, in the heart space, in our soul space. So really beautiful reading to see for you. If you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, don't. Spend all of that time and energy on everything that's fabulous and successful and working and how far you've come and reaching goals and connecting with others who are important to you. And remember, you have everything you need right now to cope and manage with what does come your way, both troubling and successful. A lot of people, believe it or not, are as afraid of success as they are of failure. Just something to think about. You have what it takes. You have what it takes. Keep moving forward. Now is the time to move forward with confidence. And I'm really pleased to see this for you. This is a rather relaxing reading for you, Pisces. Nothing really upsetting here. Nothing out of control or daunting. I see you reaping the fruits of your labor. So, Zen. Finally, right? So I'm pleased as punch to see this for you. If you have a second, comment below. Let me know if this resonated with you or if this was meaningful or helpful in some way to you. I love hearing from you guys. And if you have a second and you can do me a huge favor, like and share my videos and also subscribe to my channel. That really helps encourage me to keep doing this work, and I love doing it so much. So I hope this was helpful to you. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, take excellent care of yourselves. Bye for now.